Hello all, welcome to WFHR's Rapids Report, proudly brought to you by Crockett Septic for this June 17th, 2025. Have your host James J. Malouf here, welcoming into the studio our good friend, CEO of your United Way of Southwood and Adams Counties, Tari Jahns.
Hello.
Hey, good to have you with us, Tari. How you doing?
Great. It's great to be here.
We got a lot of things to get to today, but before we get ahead of ourselves, I want to rewind a little bit with you. We've wrapped up a couple of things with the United Way. The big diaper drive that was going on from Mother's Day to Father's Day wrapped up. How did that go?
Yeah, it went very well. Our office is literally piled full of diapers right now, and I really can't tell you a number, a quantity, because we kind of had to push pause. We are also, today we wrapped up our Great Book giveaway. So that is, was a Reading in the Park series. Wrapped up today at the Vesper Library. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to having numbers on that. Looking forward to get someone counting diapers. And we also, going on right now as we speak, is the construction for United We Can. So, I don't have, like I said, I don't have a lot of data to share with you about those events, but I will tell you, Great Book giveaway, all of the locations were well attended. So that is great. Getting books in the hands of kids is a huge priority for us. And I'm actually participating today, tomorrow, and Thursday in a conference put on by the Dollywood Foundation for Imagination Library. So it's the 30th year of Imagination Library, which is, a program that's very dear to us at United Way, funded by our Women United. So I'm getting a lot of information, from them at the same time. So it's a great time to be in the reading space and book space.
What kind of things do you go over that? And do you get to meet Dolly?
She was right. It's virtual. They had talked about doing it in person, so I was kind of looking forward to that. I was like, maybe I could just make my way there. But really, it was kind of neat because the opener this morning, and I can't even speak high enough about the virtual conference platform that they used, flawless. Wow. I mean, I was quite impressed, right? So there's general sessions, there's breakout sessions, just like if you went to a conference and you just select, which ones you're interested in, and it'll say, oh, your next one is in 5 minutes, and, pretty cool. But anyway, the opening session this morning was actually a really cool message from the Library of Congress.
Oh, wow.
And so the 100,000th book was from Imagination Library was donated to the Library of Congress, and then so they did a little replay of that when that happened, and then the 1,000,000th book was also
wow.
So really cool. But that's one of the things that when we are out at Great Book Giveaway and when we are doing diaper distribution, Imagination Library is one of our priorities, is getting kids in our communities, because we did expand that into the Adams County part of our service area too. So our entire United Way service area, all children birth to age 5 are eligible for free books through Imagination Library. So I think that's quite noteworthy. We have about 400 kids enrolled right now, which, sometimes people are like, oh, only 400, especially the women that are part of Women United, they'd like to see every kid. But really, when you think about that, that's like 22% of the eligible kids. It's actually a pretty good rate.
Yeah.
However, we would love to have more kids. So, if you know of a child who resides in Southwood or Adams County and they are not receiving Imagination Library books, they can sign up. The child has to reside Southwood or Adams, not, the grandparent or the aunt or uncle, really because of our capacity to fund the program.
Yeah.
But we do encourage you to sign kids up. And so the way that you do that is visit our website, uwswac.org, and there is a enrollment form, or you certainly can visit any local library. They all have the enrollment forms. We're working to just make sure that those are out there and available, or just give us a call if you're not sure. You can reach us at 211. They can help direct you. But reading is just... it's so important. And thank you for joining us, being a guest reader at the zoo. So we had a whole ton of awesome volunteers, and like I said, that wrapped up today. So super excited about planning next year already.
And a big shout out to all the volunteers, all the people that were helping out with that one. That was such a successful and fun event once again this year. And as you say, looking forward to next year. I want to thank all the volunteers, or all the people donating books as well, and so much of that. And Terry, as far as the diaper drive goes, the fact that numbers are here or there, the fact that you look at that and you can't count them just off the top of your head, that's a great sign. That's a great sign.
A ginormous pile of diapers, and we have monetary donations to spend yet.
Yeah.
So we've got more diapers coming. So we will actually not distribute diapers until probably like July 1st.
Yeah.
Because we just need to get everything, kind of get our bearings. They will be distributed in Adams County to the WIC program. And then here in Southwood County, they get distributed to Focus because they become part of the food pantry staples. So Focus, the Family Center, and First Choice Pregnancy Resource Center. We did already make a large donation over at Focus because we didn't have room. Mm-hmm. So we took some stuff over there mid drive. So that's really awesome. And then we did have the opportunity to write a grant for the diaper drive, which we did receive. But we are not going to distribute those diapers right now. We're going to distribute everything we collected. And then in September and November, we're going to do another drop of diapers with those funds, because then that way they have a steady stream of supply versus just a whole mountain at once.
Right.
So our goal is to make sure that these are available. So hats off to the community. Really great showing. Again, I also expanded this program into Adams this year. A little bit lighter there, but that's how it was, for Southwood the first year that we did it too. So, we have to grow into it, right?
Yeah.
But the things that the diapers that we were able to leverage still, make their way back into each respective community. So we're super pumped about this.
And one thing that we are very pumped about, and we've got a lot of things going on in the area in the next couple of weeks, and this week alone, let alone in the next couple of weeks. Rapids has some signature events, I think. The Cranberry Blossom Fest, the Water Ski Show Tournament. These are signs of summer. I know for us, and I'll just speak for myself, certainly, the United Weekend event is one of those signature events, and those key events to me that, okay, we are in summer. It is go time. We are having fun. It is warm out. It's nice out. In part because certainly the United Weekend cause is one that's close to my heart and has been since I was a kid. But it's something that I think this area does better than anywhere. Having a good time for a good cause. It's such a good combination of that.
Absolutely. And the idea, having an event like this at the Rafter Game is to have a captive audience of community members to raise awareness around hunger. So the food sculpture building is, kind of wrapping up, goes till 4:00. I will tell you, earlier today when I was there was one that was done, and it was so cute. Remember the Hungry Hippo game?
Yeah.
Oh, it's that. And it's fabulous. It was awesome. Super cute. So, but I can't speak to the others because they were all still building when I was there. Cool. So they're mid at different stages of the process. But it is a really great opportunity. It is beautiful outside today. We encourage you to join us at the Rafters this evening, 6:35 game time. You will get 2 tickets to be able to vote. So we have 2 categories, Major League, so 500 cans or greater, Minor League, less than 500 cans, and you as a community member get to pick your favorite for each. So, that's really fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
These teams are working hard. We've got, a whole variety of folks over there putting their finishing touches on, and we certainly appreciate that. The dollars and food raised tonight. So we do a Miracle Minute, which is a kind of a passing of the hat, passing of the little bucket to collect money for food programs. So the dollars and the food leveraged in the sculptures will be donated to local food programs, which is also really important. And it's really the side benefit of this. Our goal with this event specifically is to raise awareness of hunger and help people understand that while it might not look how it's shown to us on TV or maybe in urban areas, that we do still have community members that struggle with hunger and face hunger issues. And, maybe it's an income issue, maybe it's not. But the reality is there are folks that struggle, and this is an opportunity for us to put some awareness on that.
Just for those audience members out there to know, if you weren't hearing us on the morning show, the Rafters game from last night was cut short because of the weather. So the gates are going to open at 5. Anyone who holds a ticket is going to be available to get into that game. And then the next game, as Terry touched on, will kick off hopefully at 6:35, somewhere around there. But either way, you've got great more Rafter baseball than you planned for going on today, which is fun too. And all of this being said, win or lose, we win as a community in this one. I think it's noteworthy, Terry, when we were going over the Alice report with you in the United Way a while back, earlier in last year, late last year maybe it was, statistically, in this stadium, which is going to be filled today, you're going to have some people in there that are going to be needing these services, and some people in your community, some people in your neighborhood, some people that your kids go to school with. And to your point, it isn't as if anybody's walking around with a sign that says this. Many people, more times than not, are in need of these things, and they're not going to say anything, or they may not even, talk about it with others and everything. So when you're helping with something like this, you're not just helping a stranger, you're helping community, you're helping family, you're being a part of stuff. And you can do this just by taking in some baseball and dropping off a non-perishable food item, or even beyond that, keeping this going beyond today. And keeping this in your heart and your mind beyond today of how important this is. Next, when we've got the school season kicking off before we know it, and we'll have other needs there. That is a segue, Terry, because I did want to get into Stuff the Bus and talking a little bit about making sure that kids are registered for this.
Yeah, absolutely. So we, shift gears now from books and diapers into school supplies. So this is a multifaceted, kind of event. So there's 2 different areas. One, this is the time to register students for school supplies. So if you or, your grandchild or whatever qualifies for free and reduced lunch, then that child also qualifies for free school supplies. They have to be registered, and the only way to register is to visit our website, uwswac.org. This has been sent home from the local school districts a few times, but it is available there. We do need information on the student. We need to know what grade they're going into. So we know what supplies to provide. So you do have to fill that out. Very occasionally we'll get somebody, I don't want to fill out the form. Well, that's the hoop. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the big ask.
So we do need the information. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a computer at home or easy access to a computer, it is mobile friendly. But if you don't have access, you can call 211 between 8 and 5 Monday through Friday when we have the phones local. Unfortunately, we can't serve the sign up form maybe at 8 o'clock at night because our 211 after hours calls are not handled locally. Mm-hmm. So if you need assistance, call between 8 and 5, Monday through Friday, 211, and they can walk you through the desk form. So all students who need supplies need to be registered. At the time of registration, you will select your pickup time. So pickup is done as a drive-through style. It happens the 3rd weekend of August. So Friday evening, Saturday morning are your options. I believe we have half an hour increments on there, and they are first come, first serve. So if there's a 30-minute window that doesn't show, it's because it's full. And the reason that we do that is so that we don't have a line that is 4 miles long. We just want to keep the traffic flow moving. And so if your time slot is already filled, just pick the next best one that works for you. You will get a reminder card in the mail, and it is color-coded by the half hour, so then we know who should be, it should be just all green cards now or all purple cards. So you will want to watch for that via U.S. mail, but the important thing really is get your kids registered if they qualify. Registration open May 1st, closes August 1st. So now how do we serve all these kids, right? So we do a school supply drive that we call Stuff the Bus. And the idea is that now there are local businesses, organizations that are willing to be drop-off points. And then we collect, everything culminates at Lunch by the River. We are the host, the sponsor of Lunch by the River on August 7th. And this is where you bring all of your school supplies. So if you are a business organization, you're an individual, all the supplies come to Lunch by the River. And at that point, they get sorted and inventoried. So, all the yellow folders go in one basket, all the red notebooks in another basket. Everything gets inventoried, and then we do a quick order for the things that we're missing. And then the next week, we actually do a pre-pack. So we utilize some local volunteers, and this is why we needed that information on your students, because we know that we have to pack 67 third grade backpacks. Well, here's the third grade supply list. Fill the backpack, put it in the third grade pile. Because then when they come through the drive-through and they say, we have a third grader, a sixth grader, and maybe a sophomore in high school, we can pull those packs and have them ready by the time they get around to the front of the building. So we do on our website have a list of most needed items that we need for donation. We also, if you are a local business who is listening and would love to get, maybe you want get people through your doors, you could be a collection site, excuse me, and they will we will provide you with a little media kit. So you'll have social media posts, you'll have signs, you'll have, pretty much everything that you need. So that's another way to be involved, from the business standpoint is to be a collection site and show, how you commit to the community, by donating and collecting.
Terry, are we going to look for some volunteers to help with this when it comes to the Lunch by the River event?
So we could use some volunteers at Lunch by the River on August 7th. That would be sorting school supplies and counting. Then we move the supplies from Lunch by the River over to East Junior High. And so we could use some hands over there to help us, laying everything out for the pre-pack. We will be doing pre-pack that following week on August 15th. So there could be some help there, and then distribution. So if someone is interested in volunteering for Stuff the Bus specifically, you should get a hold of us at the United Way at 715-421-0390.
And make sure to do that right away, everybody, because the more that information they have on that and they know ahead of time, then they may not have to worry about having as many people.
Yes, and it is helpful to know, how many we're going to have and how we work our way through that.
Yeah. And Terry, I think we covered everything. I think we nailed it. I think we got it. Encourage you, though, to go to uwswac.org to find out more information. Certainly when it comes to registration or volunteering or any of those things. 2-on-1 is also an option for you. Keep that in mind as well. And go to Facebook, go to Instagram, go subscribe to their pages, share their posts on your page. You just never know who might see them otherwise. Terry, thank you so much for the time.
You bet.
We will have more for you coming up. Be listening for that. And thank you to everybody for listening to WFHR's Rapids Report, proudly brought to you by Crockett Septic.